already said you don't deserve this favor that's on your life, but tell your neighbor, you better keep your eye on me. Because if you say I don't deserve what I'm living in now, you better watch me, honey, the next month. I'm closing here. People say you don't deserve to call you in. Look at your neighbor and say, you ain't seen nothing yet. I heard the prophet say a Bentley. I'm going to have a Bentley debt free. Please won't give me the material. I'm closing with this. The last verse. Because if the truth be told, many of y'all are in the furnace of affliction right now. And this furnace of affliction is called rejection. You don't have anybody you can turn to. Have you ever been to the point where you were there for everybody else, and when you needed folk, there was nowhere to be found? And that's where many of you are right now. You don't have another pastor you can call. You don't have another prophet you can call. Because what crept in the church was jealousy and competition. Preach Dunlap. So now all eyes are on you. You're in what you're in, and we want to see how you're going to handle it. And now while you're going through what you're going through, we're going to put even more on you. But the Bible said it like this: no weapon. Every one of you all has been going through rejection. And folk have tried to kill you, tried to plot against you, tried to send the spirit of divination against you, black magic, voodoo, hoodoo, Santeria, and Wicca. Slap them and say, no weapon. The ones that said you weren't going to prosper, they spoke evil words against you. And now you're fighting against the principalities of the air and the forces of darkness. Even when you get ready to go to sleep, the enemy begins to choke you in your sleep. Your heart begins to flood. You can't even catch your breath. Point at somebody right in their face and say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. That's what some churches that you left, those so-called churches that were cults, that told you when you left you were going to die. You ought to be able to look back at them, call them and say, no weapon. I'm rejected, but no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You can ride by my house every night if you want to. No weapon. You can come sit in my service and text message my enemy. No weapon. You can cook for me and put something in the food. No weapon. You can start a rumor and a lava. No. Might not have a car, but no. Might be divorced, but no. Still can't find anything wrong. Look at somebody and say, no weapon. They're trying to put you on antidepressants. You better tell the devil, no weapon. Dealing with migraine headaches, no weapon. I'm closing here. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. It's the devil's job to send it, and it's your job to praise God and reject it. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. Now thou isn't him, thou is me. Can I deal with that for a minute? I'm not praying another day for God to bless my enemy. I'm saying, God, you bring them down and bring them to open shame. Now y'all deep folk, that's all right, stay deep. But I'm not going to say God bless, because when I say God bless, that means God is fortifying my enemy against me. I'm saying, God, whatever you got to do. Y'all want to talk to that. And every tongue that rises up against me in judgment, thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Most High God. What is the heritage? My covenant. I'm closing with this. My last 60 seconds, I promise I'm done. I simply came to tell you this. You've been rejected, but it won't kill you. And don't let it stop you either. You've been persecuted. It won't kill you. Don't let it stop you either. Folk have scorned you. Don't let it stop you. Don't let it hinder you. Don't let it frustrate you. Because in this hour, you better make up in your mind, I'm going to finish just what I started. Who am I talking to here? If you be honest about it, the problem, Elder Coleman, wasn't us starting anything. The problem was when I began it, the enemy has now frustrated me to the point where I'm ready to throw in the towel. Well, who am I talking to here? God said, pastor the church, and now you don't have a building. God said, pastor the church, and the main folk you thought were going to be with you have now left you. God said you were going to be married and have children, and now you're divorced and all by yourself. Now, let me talk here. God said you were blessed, and now you've got more bills than you can pay. Who am I talking to here? God said you were healed, and now you're dealing with ailments you've never dealt with in your life. Who am I talking to here? God said you were going to be a business owner, and then you got fired on the job. You hated it, but at least you had a new paycheck. Oh, y'all want to be real deep in here tonight. It's all right. You can have that church face on. It's all right. I know many times churches now masquerade ball. I know you got your mask on. I understand. Look at somebody and say, trick or treat is over. Take off your mask. That's a good message right there. Somebody better take that and preach that. You got to make up in your mind. What I'm going through, it won't kill me. And it won't stop me either. Rejected, comma, but, dot, dot, dot. Use rejection to empower you. In this hour, the more opposition you face, you got to know the closer you are to your breakthrough, your miracle, your destiny. I'm closing here. We always dance and shout into my sermons. Can I talk for about 60 more seconds and I'm done? Use what you're going through as fuel to take you where it is you belong, called destiny. People, the enemy, the adversary, Satan, Slewfoot, Lucifer cannot stop us. But he will speak in your mind, because that's what we're battling. We're battling in our minds. If he can get in my mind, he can't stop me, but he will cause me to quit. You better tell your neighbor, what I went through made me cry, but it wasn't enough to make me quit. When you realize how much opposition you're facing, you need to use that as something to look in the mirror and say, I'm going to be like David and encourage my own self in the Lord. There has to be something good. I think you to put your hand over your eyebrow. Something good. Honey, right at the end of this tunnel. And that's why the enemy is trying to tell me to quit. Look at somebody and say, I won't quit. In this hour, I'm closing. Play something soft and bring me in. Pick up in your mind, you're going to complete every assignment. Can I tell you my assignment is? I know exactly what my assignment is this year. And I ain't going to tell you half of what it is. But I've been fought since January. And you know what? I'm not the only one, but if the enemy can stop me, then he's got the ministry. If he can stop me, then he's got my organization. You got to tell the devil, you are already defeated in my life. You are already defeated in my mind. Can I tell you this? People are going to talk about you as long as you're alive. And then can I help you? They're going to come to your funeral and talk about you even in your casket. Tell them I'm not talking right. They're going to come to your funeral, look at the casket and say, ooh, he's dark, ooh, he's fat, ooh, he gained weight, ooh, he's swell, ooh, he's skinny. Did you see his hair? Did you see this? Did you see what they put him in? You see how many flowers they had? I wonder who's going to pastor the church now. I wonder who's going to stand now. I wonder who's going to go here. People are going to talk with you, do good or bad. Can I say this like this? Look at your neighbor in their face and say, neighbor, get over folk. Can I go further? Can I pause parenthetically my conclusion? For some of us, we've been rejected by folk, and for other folk didn't reject you. You rejected yourself. You had an issue with you. And because you had a problem with yourself, you had low self-esteem, you thought everybody else had a problem with you. How do you know I'm talking about you? Have you ever walked in a room and people were laughing and automatically you thought they were laughing at you? You weren't even on their mind. They were laughing before you even got yourself out the car. You just happened to come in church, hear them laughing. They don't like me here. They talking about me. Look at somebody and say, you're not that important. You're not that important. You're not. But some of y'all not that important. Can I help you here? If you're not tithing, if you're not sowing, if you're not obedient to God, you're really not that important. I preached a message about 10 years ago. On my worst day, I'm still a threat to the enemy.